Good morning, wonderful people. Welcome to my channel. We're talking about the moon sign compatibility between a man and a woman who are looking for a partnership, love, intimacy, marriage, and so on and so forth. Now we are in the sign of Gemini, and I'm taking Ardra Nakshatra and not the Mrigshira Nakshatra, which falls in the last two padas of Cancer, like Mrigshira falls half-half, right? Mars rule Nakshatra. So Mrigshira, if it falls in Gemini, you need to follow the same rules of 1, 3, 4, 7, 10, and 11 plays from Gemini, which is if moon sign is in Vrikshira, like you see over here, right, in the screen. This is not the first house. Don't confuse it with the first house. It's in the sign of Gemini. If moon is in Vrikshira, then the compatibility will be with the same signs what I have indicated here for Ardra, okay? Because Nakshira is a Devgana, so Devgana will match with Manushaganas or Devganas only, not with Rakshasaganas, please. Don't make such a mistake. Okay, let's get into Gemini. In Ardra Nakshatra. In Ardra Nakshatra, when moon is in Ardra Nakshatra, you got to understand the themes of Ardra Nakshatra first. What is it? Ardra is all about intense depth of emotion. It's a Manushakana, so it's everything translating into human level of emotion, not the transcendence of human emotion. That would be Libra, more like. That would be Scorpio, more like. But within Gemini, it's sort of the beginning of human level of understanding emotional depth. You can understand emotion at many levels. That's another topic altogether. Never mind. So, when the woman's moon is in Ardra or the man's moon is in Ardra, the third sign from Gemini becomes Leo. So, the compatibility of Ardra moon will go very well with Purva Phalguni and Uttara Phalguni in Leo sign. That's the first level of compatibility. Why? Because Purva Phalguni and Uttara Phalguni both are Manushaganas. So there's a compatibility right there between 1 and 3. So Bhagavad principle is followed here. And it's in Purva Phalguni, Uttara Phalguni, which is also Manushagana. Don't match it with Magha Nakshatra. Magha Nakshatra is Rakshasgana. Next level of compatibility, if moon is in Ardra Nakshatra for a man or a woman's sign in Gemini, next level will be the fourth sign from Gemini, which happens to be Virgo, number 6, as you see here. And in Virgo, it can be Uttara Phalguni also, and it can be Hasta also. Put Hasta here because I look for better things always. So Hasta is a Devgana. So if you match Manushagana with Devgana, there is a ascendance or transcendence of relationship. The soul is always looking for some sort of a growth in this lifetime. Everybody is, okay? So this is what we are looking for in higher dimensions of relationship. Next level of compatibility for moon in Ardra, for a man or a woman's moon sign, would be the 7th sign, which in this case for Gemini moons, okay, moon in Ardra would become Sagittarius, as you can see number 9 there. And within Sagittarius, it will be Uttarashada and Purvashada. Both are Manushaganas, as you can see, brown circles are all Manushaganas. Yellow Rakshasgana, blue Devgana. So made a color distinction to be easily speaking about this on video. So moon in Uttarashada, Purvashada would be good for moon in Ardra compatibility. Lasting love. We are talking about lasting love through life. Next level of compatibility for moon in Ardra would become the 10th sign, which happens to be Pisces. And in Pisces, all three would go well because Uttara Bhadrapada and Purva Bhadrapada, which fall in Capricorn, and Revati Nakshatra, right, which falls in Pisces, would be compatible. Because this is Manushagana and Revati is Deva. So that will be compatible. Last one, 11th sign from Gemini for Moon in Ardra would become Ashwini Nakshatra in Aries. Aries would become the next level of compatibility. So Aries and Bharani both are okay, not Kritika, because Kritika is Rakshasa. Okay. So this is the level of compatibility for Gemini Moon sign in Ardra Nakshatra. Keep this in mind. Now let us see what the characteristics within intimacy is for Ardra Nakshatra itself. What does Ardra Nakshatra man or a woman bring to the table, and how do they understand intimacy is so crucial. We all understand each one intimacy so vastly different. Let's see what Ardra Nakshatra brings, yeah? So there we have it, the characteristics of intimacy which Ardra man or a woman, Moon in Uttara Nakshatra in Gemini will bring for you. If you're already married, you can investigate this more and leave your comments if you find something different or something similar. I'd love to see your comments. Intense and transformative. First one. Tra is all about intensity. Astra is all about depth of emotion, depth of grief. If you have grief, and if you are going around with a boy or a girl, a boyfriend or girlfriend, a man or a woman, or married to Moon in Gemini, in Ardha Nakshatra, good news. They are intense people. Be ready for intensity. They are not afraid to delve deep into the emotional experiences and may undergo significant emotional growth and transformation through their partnerships. The Ardra Nakshatra may be looking for, depending upon Moon also, Venus and other planets also, even Rahu, okay, because this is ruled by Rahu. So where Rahu is placed and Moon is in Ardra will give you the overall picture of it. But let's say just Moon in Ardra, that's what we are discussing. They are looking for probably intense transformation of their own life, of their own self through you. Can you provide that? They are not looking for weak ass people. These people are strong. They are deep, analytical, and thoughtful. They are deep thinkers and may analyze and assess an issue at hand from various aspects of their partnership, seeking understanding and meaning. This is the heart of Gemini. The heart of Gemini is in understanding the human depth of emotion. Human, why? It's a Manushya, so it'll go at the human level. Analyzing and knowing the meaning. Why? Because it's ruled by Rudra. Always pay attention to the deity in a nakshatra. Okay, they are analytical and thoughtful. They want to always analyze. It's the intellectual power. The intellect, highest keen intellect form that can be found in the first couple of nakshatras is in Ardra. Intellectual form, highest form of Mercury, heart of Gemini. They are communicative and expressive. They express their emotions and thoughts and desires openly. They have nothing to hide, valuing the effective and honest communication with their partners. So that's a good thing, right? People ask for communication. If you are hooked up with a man or a woman or a boy or a girl in Moon in Ardra, well, good luck. You're having a good partnership. They value the communicative aspect of relationship. They are restless and curious. They constantly seek new experiences and intellectual stimulation in their relationships, valuing partners who can engage with them mentally and offer a sense of adventure. Think mentally. Mentally is the key word there. Adra is a grief transformer, yes, but it is more about the mind. Seeking answers for their emotional body with the mind. Yes, there's a thing like that. Counseling is all about that. That's why they make good counselors. Emotional sensitivity. Okay, before that, they constantly seek new experiences. I think we covered that. Kind of drifting here. Emotional sensitivity. They are tuned to the emotional nuances of their partners and can provide comfort and support and empathy during challenging times. We all go through ups and downs in life, each one of us, doesn't matter which nakshatra you are born in. But Who can offer you more emotional sensitivity and support during troubled times? Ardra Nakshatra. It's a good fortune if you are having a husband and wife with, or a wife with Moon in Ardra. Look at this part. The desire for freedom. They value their partners who respect the need for space and individuality. Ardra values individuality. They are free birds. Allow them to explore their interests. Maintain a sense of autonomy. Don't be a clingy person with an Ardha Nakshatra. They will not like it and they will shut off. Okay, we are talking about intimate partnerships. You got to allow the person what they want. Some people are clingy. We shall see that in the further videos. So they need that. Ardra needs this. Ardra needs their own freedom, their own space. If they are doing some quiet exploration of their own, leave them be. Leave them to their devices. They will explore. They will come back to you. They're not going anywhere. They just need their own space and freedom. Intellectual stimulation. They appreciate partners who can engage in deep conversations like this one. Exchange of ideas and provide mental challenges. They're puzzle solvers. They're intellectual, brainy people. Other ruled by Rudra. It's all about third eye. It's all about frontal cortex. It's all about intelligence. Sharp intelligence. Last one is the best of all. They have great compassion and empathy. They genuinely care for their partners and strive to understand and support them emotionally. Ardra understands grief. Ardra is here to transform their own grief and others' grief as well. Because of this factor, they connect with their partners even more because now you're talking about an intimate partnership, right? So, obviously, duh. So, this is Ardra Nakshatra mode. Please understand your partner first. Before you go get into bed with someone, or before you just think, I know a person with coffee and tea, or a couple of chats, like I like this, I like that, I like chocolate, I like vanilla, you need to understand the nakshatra first. Okay? Take care, be safe. I'll catch you on the next one. Case of moon sign compatibility for the Libra moon in Swati Nakshatra. Swati is obviously compatible with Swati, as you can see there. And also the third sign from Libra, wherever the man or woman's moon is placed, which happens to be Sagittarius, the moon should be in Purvashada or Uttarashada, which is a Manushagana. Don't try to match Dev Ganas with Rakshas Ganas. We are asking for disasters. So, third sign from Swati in Libra, which happens to be Sagittarius, and Purvashada. That's the first level. The second level of compatibility would become the fourth sign from Libra, which happens to be Capricorn, like you see there. And the moon should be in Shravana Nakshatra. We are trying to go always higher in relationships, a notch up, just a one frequency level up. Don't get two fantastic ideas here. It's just a notch up. Whatever you're born with, whatever your soul is born with, you are trying to take it a notch higher. You just think in these simple terms. Moon in Shravana will provide that to Swati, right? We are talking only about moon sign here. We are talking about Bhadrapada Dosha to avoid it. Okay? We are talking about lasting love, not just your honeymoon period or your 2 minutes in bed. We are talking about a lifelong, cultivated, nurtured relationship between a man and a woman, or in any partnership, if you have other preferences. So Swati will be compatible with Shravana Nakshatra. Why? Because it's in a 1-4 relationship. The third level of compatibility for Swati Nakshatra moon people would be moon in Ashwini Nakshatra. It's right opposite. So Ashwini and Swati will have this very strong soulmate type push and pull whenever they meet. If they meet in a public place, just friends have been introduced to each other through a common friend, something like that, in a social situation, or wherever you meet online these days, there'll be sort of a magnetic pull between Swati and Ashwini because they're right opposite to each other. This is true for all nakshatras. If it is right opposite compatibility and both are the same gana, very crucial to understand that. If both are the same gana, Devgana to Devgana, Rakshasagana to Rakshasagana, Manushagana to Manushagana, or any one of these three. And 1-7 relationship, it's going to be a serious magnetic pull. They might start calling it soulmate. They might start telling each other, "You are my twin flame," blah, 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 whatever it is. But there's going to be that attraction factor. And it's good because this kind of compatibility is good. You've always got to be careful about the ganas there. The next level of compatibility will be the 10th sign from Libra. So the man or the woman's moon in Swati, and the man or the matching partner's moon in Punarvasu or Pushya Nakshatra in Capricorn. Sorry, in Cancer. We're talking about the Libra ascendant, Libra sign. So in Punarvasu or in Pushya in Cancer, the 10th sign from Libra happens to be Cancer. So moon should be in Pushya or Punarvasu. That's also compatible because there's a 1-10 relationship. The last level of compatibility for man or woman's moon sign for a lasting love relationship will be 1-11 relationship, meaning what? So 11th sign from Libra, which happens to be Leo, and the moon now should be in Purva Phalguni or Uttara Phalguni. It's in terms of percentage, it's like a 40% match. Devgana to Devgana will be like an 80% match. Think in terms of percentages here because there's no black and white really. Okay. So this is good for the moon sign compatibility, which avoids any other positions will have a breakdown in the nurturing, loving factor through life. But this is for a lasting love. We all look for that lasting, nurturing, slow maturity growth as partnerships through life, right? You don't want the love to fade. That's what this whole playlist is about. How to have a lasting love relationship. But it's not just enough having a moon sign compatibility. I've had so many couples come to me saying, well, we are compatible. Well, we are matched properly. Yet my wife is like this, yet my husband is like this. You've got to understand what the nakshatra is, how they see it as the relationship in terms of compatibility. Okay. So let us examine now what Swati Nakshatra brings to the table in terms of intimacy, how Swati Nakshatra sees intimacy. Let's see that. So the characteristics of intimacy for a Swati Nakshatra. Again, it's independence combined with intelligence. In Libra, which wants to give to others, but yet wants to maintain its position as an individual person. This is crucial to understand if you're a man or a woman whose relationship with your better half, and they are Swati, please remember this. They need the space, they need the individuality. And yet they care a lot about you because it's Libra by default. Okay. Independent and freedom loving. They appreciate partners who respect their need for personal space and allow them freedom to explore their individuality. This is applicable whether your Swati moon is in Swati or even the ascendant is in Swati, by the way. They strive to maintain balance in their relationship and seek partners who can contribute to a harmonious and equitable partnership. See the Libra coming in there? They prefer to maintain a certain level of emotional independence and may need partners who can respect their need for space. Swati needs a lot of space. Swati is ruled by Rahu. It wants to go where no man has gone before. It's like the Captain Kirk of nakshatras in Star Trek. Intellectual and analytical. They enjoy engaging in intellectual conversations with their partners and value mental stimulation. It's highly mental. Swati people are very intellectually sharp and desiring to connect at an emotional level. All of them. Ascendant or moon. They can easily adjust to changing circumstances and are open to compromise and cooperation with their partners. See, that's the Libra once again playing out. Just that simple. They're always open to cooperating with you. Libra cannot be otherwise. Problem is, Man and a woman don't try to understand this. Couples, in my experience, have not don't try to make effort to understand. They're like my way or the highway. Well, good luck then. They value partners who can support and encourage their intellectual pursuits. Swati is about intellectual pursuits. Swati is about creating in their own maverick style whatever they need to in isolation, needing their own space. You got to appreciate that about your man or a woman. They are sociable and friendly. Third point. They enjoy building connections and may seek partners who share their outgoing social nature. They're social diplomats. They are diplomatic and have ability to mediate conflicts and find compromises in their relationship. See, they always try to find a middle ground. Middle ground. Again, the Libran comes. Libra is about the scales, trying to find a middle ground. They seek peace and avoid unnecessary conflicts. So you will not find a Swati Nakshatra who is by default a diplomat trying to have a confrontational approach, be it at work, relationships, everywhere. They'll be always like, mm, I just rather stay back. No, I don't want to pick a fight with this, my husband or a wife. I'll just be quiet. And they will go into their alone space and they will go into their private space, intellectual space, and they will go on dreaming. You will lose them this way. Be careful. They seek peace and avoid unnecessary conflicts and make efforts to create calm and harmonious environment. Above all, a diplomat, a true diplomat, which is Swati Nakshatra, would love to maintain, create, and sustain peace within the house, we're talking about relationships, within the house, a lot, at all costs. I would rather not fight. I would rather be silent than let this lady go on yammering, argumentative, for example. Or if it's the other way, lady to the husband. They're polite and well mannered. Swati Nakshatra natives have good manners and a polite demeanor. They treat their partners with respect and courtesy and appreciate the same in return. How many of you understand this aspect in your relationships? Polite and well mannered. After about 2, 3 years, it's very easy in any marriage for a husband and wife because they've seen so much of each other, right? We have seen them breathing, snoring, farting. So you've seen too closely. It's too much of a closeness. That's why the one thing that is appreciation needed, and I shall wind up with this, I find personally these days an appreciation is needed for that space. You may be living together, eating together, having children together, working in your jobs and everything, running a whole family. Yet you will need space. Each one needs a space. Each one of these partners need a space. And more so Swati. Some nakshatras are very highly driven towards that. Swati is one of them. Okay. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my take on the intimacy aspects of Swati. It's a beautiful nakshatra, highly intelligent, highly diplomatic, highly adapting, but it doesn't want confrontation. It's very diplomatic in nature. You can't make a diplomat fight. Swati is by default a diplomat. It is pure Libran in its signature. Okay. I'll see you in the next one. Meanwhile, take care, be safe. So, first, let us deal with the moon signs part of this. The moon sign compatibility for Shatabhisha Nakshatra within Aquarius. So, the first level of compatibility for Shatabhisha will be the third sign from Aquarius, which will be in the sign of Aries in Kritika. You will find that Dhanishta and Shatabhisha are the same because they both are Rakshasaganas and they both share the same energy of Rakshasagana within Aquarius. So you'll find the same thing. So I'll go through quickly. Okay, it's the same thing which you found in the last two padas of Dhanishta, the previous one. So Shatabhisha, first level of compatibility with Kritika in the third house, third place from Aquarius. I'm slacking a little. The next level of compatibility will be the fourth sign from Aquarius, which happens to be Kritika, as you can see. The third level of compatibility will be with the seventh sign from Aquarius, which is now Leo in Magha Nakshatra. The fourth level of compatibility will be with Scorpio in Vishakha Nakshatra or in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. The last one will be with Sagittarius and in Mula Nakshatra. Actually speaking, Shatabhisha Nakshatra and Mula will get along very thickly. I'll tell you why. Because both are very abstract. Both love to dig deep into things. Both love to go and find the things which are hidden secrets. They'll be like having all kinds of conspiracy theory talks all night as partners. It'll be very interesting. Now let us see the intimacy characteristics of Shatabhisha, which are sort of more difficult to understand because it's a very air sign. It's a fixed Aquarian air sign, co-ruled by Saturn and Rahu. So it's kind of a little, I wouldn't say difficult, but you have to spend more time with such people. Let's see. Let's see what the Shatabhisha Nakshatra reveals. So, like you see over there, characteristics of intimacy for Shatabhisha Nakshatra. Independent and unconventional, very Aquarius like. They embrace their uniqueness and may have unconventional approaches to relationships. They often have layers to their personality and are gradually revealed with partners over time. Have patience with Shatapisha. Don't lose your cool with them. Okay? They will reveal themselves. You got to ask them. You got to dig deep through those layers of mysterious Shatapisha. The god is Varuna, cosmic waters. They are all about ether. One of the most abstract things there is ether, beyond all the elements, right? They are capable of navigating through challenging times in relationships and they find innovative solutions to all real life problems. The life theme of Shatabisha is to connect the abstract and bring it down to the tangible 3D real world. They are experts at it. They will take a very abstract concept and bring it down to concrete level, something like software engineers do. They are analytical and intuitive. They have a sharp mind and they can perceive the underlying emotions and motivation in their partners. Don't try to screw around with the Shatvisha. If you are a man or a woman, if you're in partnership, if you're having a relationship, they can read through everything of yours. They are working on a very abstract plane of existence, their subconscious. They have a knack for thinking outside the box and may introduce unique, innovative ideas into their relationships. Wonderful. The next one can be slightly challenging. They are emotionally detached. They may take time to open up and fully trust their partners. They are always suspicious. Shatabisha is extremely suspicious in nature. They seek partners who can be their confidant, emotional confidant. They need to be able to trust you and they take time with it. So don't be in a rushed mode with the Shatabisha. Building strong bond and based on trust and mutual respect. Once they get to know you, you are their best friend. They will trust you by default. They are humanitarian and compassionate as Aquarius as this gets. They may be drawn to social causes and seek partners who share their values and make a positive impact on the world. The way to hold a Shatabisha Nakshatra man or a woman is to talk about social causes. Your restaurant or cafe, your Starbucks coffee, cafes or wherever you hang out. If you're hanging out with a Shatabisha man or woman, strike something about social causes. You will just nail it with them. They are deep thinkers and philosophical, truly. They ponder the existential questions and seek partners who engage in meaningful discussions and intellectual exchanges. Intellectual bonding is the key to Shatabisha if you are in a relationship. They may resist being tied down by traditional relationship norms and seek freedom and flexibility. Be ready to do a BDSM with your Shatabisha. They may be bisexual, for example. They can choose different kind of sexual modes of operations. It's ether. Okay? It penetrates everything. It understands all forms of sexual expression as just a sexual expression, nothing more, nothing significant.
But if you are one of those super traditional kind of people, don't hang out with the Shatabhisha. They are the most unconventional people out there you can find in terms of relationships. Yeah. You got to be more unconventional with a Shatabhisha if you want to really live it, love them, understand them, connect to them, and kind of have a lasting relationship. I don't care what the moon sign says. Shatapisha is really difficult to understand. But once you do, it's a very juicy, very long lasting, very, how do I put this? Very engaging kind of people there. But you need to be able to have patience with them. They are slow to connect. Okay? So that's the Shatapisha. Next one we'll deal with the kick-ass guy, Purva Bhadrapada, right? So that we will do next. In the meantime, take care, be safe, leave your comments if you have any. See you on the next. Bye bye.